So I love showing you my different millionaire students. Every single one of them is slightly different. They have different personalities, different trading styles. We're all trading similar stocks and we're all trading around the 7-step framework. But this is Eduardo, and he's very unique because he's a family man. He's actually integrated trading into his family life, which is pretty amazing. If you click the link below, you can join my challenge. That's where he joined the challenge too. Once upon a time when he first came to my conference and he slept like on his buddy's couch. He couldn't even afford a hotel room, but he wanted it. And then eventually made enough money, brought his whole family from Venezuela. They're now living the American dream. Eduardo is such a good guy, so humble. We were also in Colombia just now. We're donating 2 schools in Colombia. We have a whole group of traders. It's pretty awesome. Eduardo helped organize that, so I can't thank him enough. But watch this video, learn what Eduardo has done, what he's learned and what he's achieved, and really focus on his mindset and work ethic. I think that there's a lot that, he can offer, not just in terms of the money that he's made, but the process and the mindset and the whole journey. I want more millionaire students. Maybe you're a family guy or family, woman. It doesn't matter, right? Like, this is the beautiful thing about trading. It's not just about the money, it's the lifestyle, it's the freedom. So watch this video, take notes, congratulate Eduardo on his success, and let's see who wants to be next. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Todo bien, ¿y tú?
Solamente en español.
¿Lo vamos en español?
No, I'm kidding. Here with Eduardo, Venezuelan multimillionaire, just crossed 2 million.
How you doing?
How does it feel?
Amazing. Can't even describe it.
What are you doing here in Vegas?
I was with my kids because Samantha has a competition, a karate competition.
And what happened?
She won gold in the US Open. It's so
Everyone
exciting.
congratulate. I want to see hands. I want to see claps. I want to see some victory. So she's 7 years old and she won the US Open?
The US Open in her category, of course, in kata.
For 7-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
What? I didn't even know they start that young.
Yeah, it's great. Samantha has been training
chop
for
wood?
3 years old.
Can she chop wood?
I think she can chop my head if I
No, that's dangerous. You got to curtail her education a little bit. Like, it's fun for a bit, but then you're like, let's play a musical instrument.
Too much power.
Right? No, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So your whole family was there watching her?
Yes.
Wow. So you were in the audience cheering her on?
Yeah, of course. Everyone.
I'm just picturing like the movie Karate Kid, right? Was it like Karate Kid?
It was like
because you literally
50 tatamis, all categories doing the same thing.
But you literally have like a Karate Kid.
Indeed.
Right?
I just figured
You've
it
never
out.
seen Karate Kid?
Yeah, of course. But I was like
Daniel-san?
20 years ago.
I know. Well, no, now there's like a YouTube series.
Right.
They like continued because the actors are all old and there's sentimentality. But you have the Karate Kid.
I think I have one.
Are you proud?
Of course. That's the best thing ever.
Were you cheering? Were you like the parent?
Tim, I almost cried.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, control yourself, come on. Like,
you weren't cheering?
Huh? Yeah, of course, but I got so moved by, that kid.
Was your wife crying? Was it a big tear fest?
Yeah, she was very, very emotional.
That's beautiful.
It is.
Just explain for a second, like, about your family and what you've done to come here.
What do you mean?
To America.
Oh, yes. Well, that's quite a story. I'm from Venezuela, from Caracas, Venezuela. I started trading 10 years ago, and I was in Venezuela by that time. And, well, after, understanding a little bit what trading was, I think I had a way out with trading.
Yeah.
And that's why we took the risk and took the gamble to come to America.
Yeah.
My wife was actually studying here, so I was like trying to figure it out. And I did a lot of mistakes because I wanted to make money out of trading, and that put so much pressure on, my setups, my way to do things, that I blew so many accounts by, trying to get that result right away.
So I want to pause you there. So Eduardo might be over $2 million now, but in the beginning, you said you blew accounts. How big were your accounts that you blew?
They were small because I didn't have that much money at first.
That's good.
But it was like a $2,000, $3,000 accounts.
So you would open a $2,000 account. How quickly would you lose it?
Probably I earned money in a few months, but I withdraw it,
Yeah.
and then I try to make that amount of money to survive or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and I blew it.
So you're living off your trading accounts.
Yeah, but then I blew the accounts because I need, like, for example, I needed $2,000 to, to keep up.
Yeah.
And with $2,000, making $2,000 is so hard.
Yeah.
But now, once you understand that it's not for the money, but it's for the process, you start seeing things.
It changes
so
everything.
Yeah.
So I was telling them earlier, like, Tim Bowen was like, hey, you need to break even. Breaking even is better than losing. But I say losing is good because it teaches you what not to do. And do you think that, it would have been better if you didn't blow the accounts, or did blowing the accounts lead to more success in the long run? I'm curious what you think.
Well, I've always said that you don't need to crash a plane to be a good pilot. So if people can learn from our mistakes that we made,
Yeah.
it's even better, right? But I think that emotional shock when you lose your account and when you do some stupid mistake like leveraging up, like shorting something that it's going up, and
Yeah.
you keep shorting,
Yeah.
all those things, when you have that emotional shock, you really take that lesson and sink it in. So
we teach the rules, and again, you're welcome to break the rules. It's up to you. I say, look, if you break the rules and you don't cut losses quickly, you learn the hard way. At least you still learn. So even like a big loss isn't a complete loss if you learn from it. But you don't have to do that. I like that. You don't have to crash a plane to learn how to fly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you do, most people, if you crash a plane, like you die. You don't have
you wouldn't have a chance.
You don't really have a chance to learn.
Indeed. And I see so many people having that conflict of interest regarding, if I don't blow the account, or if they're having that early success, and they're like, no, I think I'm gonna blow the account just because that happens to everyone. And it doesn't have to be that way always,
But you guys realize my rule number one is cut losses quickly. Like that was my rule back then. Why weren't you following it?
I wasn't disciplined enough because I didn't want to take that loss.
But you heard me say it.
Further.
You heard me say it again and again and again. What went through your mind where you're like, no, I'm just not going to do that?
I think sometimes we think we're special in a way.
You're not special.
Like, yeah, indeed.
I'm not special.
So that
none of us are special. Our moms all lied to us.
And exactly. And that's something that I think we have to figure it out by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we think I wouldn't
doesn't.
blow
The rules don't
account.
apply to you.
Yeah, something like that, But obviously, you know there are rules to be followed. The thing is, when you don't follow one and you get away with it, you think you can get away with everything, and it's not. Like, there's a reason why I blew many accounts.
Yeah. How many times did you lose? Like 2,000 or 3,000?
Like 4 times.
So you lost like 7,000, 8,000, 9,000?
No, because I earned some money, and then I withdraw it,
Yeah.
and then I blew the accounts.
Okay.
So I probably lost like 8,000.
Well, you lost
or
a few
so.
$1,000s.
Yeah.
That's the point. This is what I want you guys to understand. Most people are petrified of losing a few hundred or a few thousand. If they do, they think their life is over. Like Jack Kellogg was down nearly $20,000 because he was down like 10,000 in trading. Then he also paid for the challenge. So after like a year and a half, he was down like $20,000.
Well, actually, I invested a lot in, coming to your events and stuff like that. And I think it's if you see it as...
So you were down like roughly like 20,000 too?
Yeah, something like that. Just because if you see it as you're investing in a business, for example, you're going to flip houses or you're going to put a pizza place or whatever. There's no pain whenever you go and invest in all these things required to do that business. But in trading, whenever you see that $200 loss, then $150, then you see that's so painful to see your account.
Soul-sucking.
Indeed.
When you're spending time and you're like, I want to get it, and then you want to get it more, and then it's a slippery slope and you lose more. The more that you want it, it goes the other way, and you're like, I suck at trading.
Yeah, 100%. And whenever I understood, and this might sound like cliche and stuff, but whenever I understood that the process is the most important thing, and that will lead you to results, but you kind of attract the results if you stick to the process. Chop wood, carry water, right?
It's difficult in the beginning when you're just thinking about money. And money. Everyone wants to be the new millionaire, right? We say process, we say cut losses quickly. They don't want to think about that. Those are boring. That's like, I just want to be a millionaire. but you'll never become a millionaire or multimillionaire until you focus on the rules first. And the cool thing is, even though the rules are frustrating, if you focus on the rules first, they keep you safe, they guide you, and the money actually comes to you easier. So it's just counterintuitive.
And you develop the skill also. Like following those rules are to protect yourself, but also it leads you to develop that skill that will eventually get you those results. But it doesn't happen like in one day.
Well, I mean, today, for example, you made $8,000 on UPXI. Fantastic. I made about $2,300 on UPXI and MLGO, just trading the big percent gainers, right? But I wasn't looking to make $2,300 today. You weren't looking to make $8,000. You're trying to take the play as it comes, and then you're trying to capitalize.
100%. And also in my stage of my trading, I try to play a little bit with the position sizing. Like if you have conviction and you're convicted enough with a play, you go like with a lot of size.
Fuerza. Muy fuerza.
Mucha
Muy
fuerza.
forte.
Claro.
That's nice, except no one listened to this. You're not ready for size.
No, 10 years in developing the skill.
Yeah.
So this is in this stage of my trading, I do this. But before, what I wanted to see is the patterns, recreate.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say, that what you taught me was that penny stock framework is the most important thing in order for my strategies to work.
Yeah. Everything that works for me and a lot of the millionaire students is based on the 7-step framework, just buying dips, intraday panics, selling into strength, right? If you want to short, you short the number 6 pattern, short like failed spikes back to the high, just to help people understand, because you're a family guy, right? So most millionaires that we have, they're like young kids and they have endless time, but we also have a lot of family people watching. How do you balance family life and trading?
I have a great wife. I have a great partner.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the most important things. My wife always supported me in my journey, and I think that I'm very, very lucky about that. But also, I try to
You've got
get them
kids
involved.
and a wife. How many kids do you have?
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I try to get them involved. Like
Okay.
I'm teaching Sammy how to trade. I'm teaching Sebas how to
Nice.
how to trade.
Beautiful.
And my wife has become like my coach, in a way.
Nice.
Like sometimes she's like, hey, you have to, don't throw those things.
Yeah. Well, she knows. I mean, that's cool. Like, we have some families who trade together. You know Evan and Chris
Yeah, of
Shunk,
course.
the 2 brothers who became millionaires.
We're gonna be together in Argentina next
and
week.
Matt, Monaco, and Bryce, they're not family related, but they were like roommates. When you bring other people into your life, it's kind of cool. But a lot of people watching, they have family members or friends who say Tim Sykes is a scam, penny stocks are a scam. Did you have people saying that in the beginning?
Of course, everyone was like, hey, why don't you get a real job? Like, you're there like gambling and in a casino and whatever.
When
and
did they say this? Like year 1, 2, 3?
Year 2 or 3, that whenever you get really invested, because year 1, you're trying to, dip your toes in it, trying to. But then year 2, year 3, you get really, really involved. And people are like, okay, you gave it a year or 2.
Yeah, like what happened
supposed to...
year 2 and year 3? Did you make big money by then or no?
No, I made my money like consistently in 2019.
Okay.
And then the pandemic hit, and I like really capitalized.
You crushed it.
Yeah.
So how many years, when did you start your journey?
In 2015.
Because we have your challenge application. I don't know if we can bring it up. And you're like, I want to be a millionaire in 4 years, but it took you 6 years.
Yeah, I screwed up.
You screwed up.
So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay, right? But I think it's interesting. This is the cool thing with a lot of you guys. Many people who are just starting right now, it might be a tough market for them to trade. But I think it's a great time to learn, because you got started in a slower market and you might not have been profitable, but did you learn a lot in the slow market? Do you think that prepared you for a fast market?
Indeed. Like the patterns that you could see probably once a month or twice a month, you will see it every day in the pandemic. So I was really, really prepared in order to, and that's something that Kyle says a lot, Kyle Williams.
Yeah.
He says a lot that luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think the opportunity was right there, and I was very prepared on all those 4 years before, you know.
But this is what I want you guys to understand. It's better to start in a choppy, slow market. You don't want to start in a hot market, because in a hot market, play, you can't keep up. Right now, like we talked about, two big stocks today, MLGO and UPXI, both supernovas, both big percent gainers, very easy to focus on, even when the NASDAQ was down 3%. So if you just focus on this, and I was like yelling in the chat room, everyone's talking about these stocks plus or minus 5 or 10%. I was like, guys, focus on the big percent gainers. None of this other crap matters.
One of the things that I love the most about penny stocks and stuff is that momentum plays can do whatever they want, on opposed to the market, whatever Powell is talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And some people think that I'm kind of unprofessional in a way,
Yeah.
just because they're like, hey, if you don't see what Powell is saying, or if you're not aware of the macroeconomics of,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I don't care.
Well,
And
people play guessing games. I try to get them to not play guessing games. Like, what's the Chinese economy? What's the US GDP? What's the dollar? You don't need to play these macroeconomic guessing games. We're not hedge funds. I think people who watch CNBC and they're like used to these big traders saying, like, oh, I have 8 longs and 4 shorts. I'm all hedged properly. Look at my delta. And I'm like, I don't do any of that. I just take it one trade at a time.
And maybe people that has more than, I don't know, $1 million portfolio or whatever, they can do a few things with that. But me, that I started with, you know, less than 100K, at least,
Yeah.
less than $100,000.
Yeah.
You don't get that, because what are you gonna earn?
You had 100,000 Venezuelan pesos.
Exactly, like, no, what are you gonna earn?
Is that the currency, Venezuelan pesos? Oh, I don't even
Bolivares.
know.
Yeah, but bolivares.
Okay.
It's like, we had like the worst inflation in the world.
Right?
It was crazy. So it's really, if you have $10,000 in your name, $20,000 in your name, 100K in your name.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with 10% a year?
Yeah.
Like, that's not life changing. Like, you could do it if you have a lot of money, if you have $10 million
Yeah.
and 10%, but if you have 20K, like, what are you gonna do? So
You understand.
yeah, like, that skill is what can, because it's not my money working for me, it's me working my money with my skill. So I think there's no business or there's no career that could match whatever I do with trading.
Well, that's what it is, right? So you've learned how to grow a small account and turn it into now $2 million. You're making what, an average of $50,000, $60,000 a month?
Yeah.
How does that
probably.
feel? You proud?
Incredible. Yeah, of course I'm proud.
Is your family proud?
Yeah.
What about those people who said that like penny stocks and Tim Sykes was a scam? Can we call them up? Can I be like, yo, how you like that now?
They're learning from me.
They're learning now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. It's okay to have haters and doubters. Seeing is believing. Like, so Chris Shunk now makes double what Evan makes. Evan just crossed like $1.5 million. I think Chris is closing in on 2.5 or 3 million. But Evan joined the challenge first. Chris was like, no, this is a scam. Then when Evan started making money, then you start to see it. So the proof is like once you start seeing it. So it's fine to have doubters.
And it's very, very hard for you to find someone that you know personally that makes it in trading.
Yeah.
So whenever you see it in your own like eyes,
Yeah.
it's like eye-opening, you know?
But the more people you see, the more real it becomes, right? So like we've had a lot of millionaire students on, and it's like, hey, I saw Tim Grattani do it, I saw Roland do it, I saw Mark Crook do it. So like the more that you see people doing it, even if you doubt, even if you have family members who doubt, like that's the beauty of being real.
It's like the Roger Bannister effect.
Yeah.
Like Roger Bannister,
Explain.
1 mile in 4 minutes. That was impossible to
Yep.
do. And this guy beat it, I think it was in the 1950s or something. And once he beat that,
Everyone started being it.
everyone started doing it.
So perception is reality. I just had a YouTube short go up today where I made my first $100,000 as a college freshman on ISCO. That opened my eyes. The 100,000 was nice, but just the ability to do it. And I sold too early. The next day would have been about 200,000. But like, I had a small account. I mean, at the time I had basically like $250,000 and I grew it by like 30% in one day. And I sold it like half, like too early. So once I saw that, it's like, you know, being able to see, like I was blind before, right?
100%.
So again, you guys have the path. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can see videos that we filmed from the very beginning when you first came to my conference. What year was that?
2017
right?
or 16.
But it's crazy. And we have those videos, and you can see how far he's come, and now 2 million plus, and you're like this wise trader. You made you made $8,000 today, and then what did you do?
I came here. I went to sleep
went to
because I was
sleep.
destroyed.
So that's it.
Vegas. You know, it's so hard to trade in this time zone.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
So hard.
West Coast is tough.
I have to go like at 4 a.m. was up, and, blah, blah, and then at 8 a.m. I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to
I
sleep.
got in at 4 a.m. I was all messed up.
I saw your
I'm doing
stories.
videos.
That's
and
so crazy,
I
Tim.
wanted to go to sleep, and then I saw UPXI spiking, and I'm like, I can't go to sleep. So I had to trade that. I'm like running late to this whole studio. Everyone's pissed at me. I'm like, I literally traded UPXI, then I went to sleep too. So like sometimes when you see the good opportunity, you can plan around that. How did you know to like stay up and really push it?
Well, I know my patterns. Like I know what they do, and I know there's a time frame when they do it.
Yeah.
So if you stay too much, if you overstay your welcome,
Yeah.
that usually leads to losses. So, and I was like, okay, I'm in Vegas. I'm with my family. I had to take them to the airport.
Yeah.
I have to film with Tim. You know, there's no way that I'm gonna complicate my my good day. You know.
So I made my nearly 2K on UPXI, went to bed for 2 hours before I came here because I'm like, I'm already destroyed. Like I'm pounding coffee like crazy, right? But you have to kind of pick and choose your battles. So part of the process is knowing your patterns, finding your patterns, right? And then once you find the patterns, when they come to you, then you can kind of plan your life around that, right?
And it's incredible that you taught me this 10 years ago, and it's the same pattern. It's a little bit different, just the way they do it, but it's the same pump and dump scheme. Like
Look, I mean, it's not an
time.
exact science, but the same small companies, this is what you gotta love. The same small companies, their stock price is low, they don't have a lot of cash, they issue some good news, the stock price spikes, they use the stock price spike to do a financing at cheaper prices.
It's so logical.
It's logical, but newbies don't understand it. They believe this company's changing the world, like this time is different, right?
Or the other way around too.
What?
People think that it's a garbage company or whatever, they short it, and that's why they keep going up.
We don't, don't educate the short sellers. We want them to stay ignorant. Please, short sellers, keep shorting. So like UPXI was the big spiker today. They did a financing in the twos, and it hit what, 19?
21.
21, it went to 21.
It went to 21 and then crashed.
But still, that huge spike, and we saw that with AREB, where they did a financing in the twos.
And it went all the way
and it went to 23.
20. Yeah.
23.
That was so
But now
crazy.
it's back down to the twos. So these stocks do come down eventually, but because of over-aggressive short sellers, they spike huge.
Mm-hmm.
You banked on UPXI, I banked on UPXI.
Yes, and that's the same pattern that I've done over the
Did
last
you bank on
5 years.
AREB too?
I did. Yeah, I did. That was in Colombia when we were in Colombia. So,
I remember. I was trading from the plane. I was like on the way to Colombia, and literally AREB was spiking from like the 1s to like the 20s in like 2 days. Okay?
that was so crazy.
And this was what, a week and a half ago?
yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
So I'm in 10 cities in 18 days. I just went over
I'm
it.
trying
on
to
3
keep,
continents.
I'm trying to keep up with you. I try, but it's so hard to do.
No, don't.
It's so hard.
This is
man.
not something that you want to do. I'm stuck, okay? This is my destiny. But it's very cool. We were in Colombia, breaking ground on 2 new schools. I'm very excited. In Bogota and Medellin. What made you want to get into charity?
Inspiration, I think. Like I was very inspired, obviously by you, but remember when we were and you got some people trying to get involved with the schools and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that too. In my part of, you know, Colombia is pretty much like home.
Yeah.
You know, Venezuela and Colombia
for
are
sure.
very, very, very similar. So I was like, you know what, I wanted to get involved, and there was never like the right time. And I was like, let's make it the right
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
And we did it. It
Well,
was
you got
beautiful.
inspired in Dubai, because we were in Dubai.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
You can say it. Why not? We're all over the place. We got inspired in Dubai. Literally, I met up with my student, Kevin. He saw me randomly. This is how crazy it is. My old student, Kevin, from a decade ago, saw me going into the hotel. It's like, I want to build 10 schools. And they actually donated.
And I was there with you.
And you were
So
there.
I
And you
was
met the Dubai guys.
Yeah.
So I went from Colombia to Bali and then back to Boston and then here. So I'm a little out of it, you know?
That's crazy.
But the Dubai guys say hi, right? So we're 10 schools being constructed in Bali,
Incredible.
2 schools in Colombia. You know, and thank you to everyone who joined. We have a whole bunch of people. We got Huddy joining. We got Kyle, David Hanlon, Alex Chavez, Edwin, Pano Trader, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole group effort. And Sanlucci, let's not forget him, right?
Sanlucci.
He's using some of the money he normally spends on his hair care for charity instead, right? Look, it's great. It's great to make money. It's good to take care of your family, and it's good to give back. Like, I'm so proud of you, and you're so young too, and you've learned so much.
I'm not that young.
You're pretty young, man. To achieve this at such a young age.
Yeah, of course.
Like all
Yeah,
the people who
definitely.
are like, get a normal job. If you had gotten a normal job, what was that, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
That's when they were saying get a normal job?
Yeah.
So a normal job pays what, $50,000, $60,000 a year.
Yes.
So, and you don't know, that's not guaranteed, especially in this economy, but 7 years of 50,000, that's like $350,000 in profits. Instead, you're doing like basically a yearly salary every month now, and you're over 2 million. Do you see the difference between a job and like trading?
No, of course. It's
Right?
crazy. No, and the freedom that it gives you. Like, I'm here just because I can do this whatever I want.
Yeah.
So it's very, very
So
fulfilling.
you
actually.
spend time with your family while you're trading?
Of course.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
100%. Now, especially a little baby.
Yeah.
You know, little baby, because Sammy has her own like school and stuff.
Okay.
But the baby stays at home, and I have my office at home. So it's very, very cool to have
So
that
you're trading
joy.
and then you have like the baby monitor?
Yeah, no, not the baby monitor. I grab him and I start playing with him. And
Are
it's
you holding the baby in one hand and trading in the other?
He has been putting a lot of positions in the hotkeys actually, and it's not good to have him like really close by.
Do not hold your baby near your keyboard, okay?
No, ever.
We have some truck drivers and they're sending me photos of them like studying while they're driving the truck. I'm like, pull over. I can just picture, you know, a truck going sideways and like the little DVD player is playing one of my DVDs.
So crazy.
Do not drive and trade. Do not
Hold babies.
Baby and trade, right?
No, but you know what? It's like my joy time, because trading can become so stressful, and that's why we don't want to do it that way, because we get burned out. But once you get these breaks, like, this is so cool to have your baby right there, and you know, to play with him, and then play with it, and then you know what? Spanish, English is my second language, so
no problemo.
No problema. So it's very cool to have those breaks, you know. And here we are, and market is still, you know, crazy in after hours. I don't know if you have seen SBEV.
There's too many plays. Literally, we should be trading right now, but we got to bring you this story. We got to inspire you. And I love that Eduardo is integrating his family with his trading. And what I find is, like, you know, you're busy with your family, I'm busy with my travels. I actually trade better when I'm jet lagged and busy, because I don't want to trade. But I'm like, I will trade. Like, I didn't want to trade UPXI this morning. Like, literally, I'm messaging Trey. Trey's like, you know, come on in. I'm like, I got to trade UPXI. I got to go to sleep. When your play comes and you're busy, but you know that's your pattern, you do it well.
And you become more efficient whenever you have all those kind of responsibilities around.
I think it's better to be busy. So if you're busy, don't look at it as a negative, look at it as a positive, because then you focus on your patterns, you make your money, then you go about your busy life.
100%.
Whereas I know some people where they're not busy, they have nothing else to do, they sit in front of their screens all day, that's very dangerous.
I used to do that, and you taught me.
Right?
Like when we were in Dubai, you were like, Eduardo, let's go. Like, be efficient with your trading and be, you know, just trade the pattern and go, like, of course, 10 years after, right? but go with conviction whenever you see your pattern, and that's it. And go enjoy your life or do whatever you.
And you
do.
traded well in Dubai, and I remember you telling me, being like, "Wow, this is crazy."
Yeah, you told me that balance between travel and trading.
And it makes you a better trader. This is the crazy thing. Trading can be a very slippery slope where you want the money, you're sitting in front of the computer, and the more you want it, sometimes you go the opposite way. Then you don't live life, you're a slave to your job, and you don't even do as well. Versus you making 8K, you go to sleep, you see your kid win the karate tournament, you come here and film. What's better than that?
It's so crazy.
Congrats on all the success, man.
Thank you, brother.
Everyone congratulate Eduardo. I want to see some claps. I want to see some little party emojis in chat. This guy is doing amazing things. We'll keep you updated with the 2 schools that we're building in Colombia. Very excited to do that with you and the whole group of traders. This is some inspiration for you. This guy has done it. He worked his butt off to get here. Now he's reaping the rewards. You can do this too. Indeed. Anybody can. Study hard.